Everybody get out on the floor. Let's do this thing again just like we did it before. I hope you came in here to party too. Get out on the floor and let it do what it do. All you fellas, get out of your seats. Get out on the floor and just move your feet. All you ladies, get out of your chairs.
It's Famous Brown's TV show. Exciting, entertaining, and informative. And now, here's your host, P.T. Brown.
We passed a little cafe, looked like it held about 50 people.
That's what they call Southern Soul, and that's what I play at WCLM 1450 AM. You can also pick us up on your cellular phone. If you don't have TuneIn, it's a free download. Download TuneIn, and you can take us anywhere you want to go. You're watching the Famous Brown TV show. I'm Preston Brown, your host, and as usual, we have a great show for you. I like to say that last week I had a chance to go to Philadelphia and do a comedy show. Philadelphia is a wild town, and I enjoyed myself. It was a good experience dealing with the folks in Philadelphia. They ain't like the folks here in Richmond, but enough of that. The election is coming up this week, and we encourage you to go out and vote for the person of your choice. There's a lot of mess going on this election. It's probably one of the worst elections we had in the last decade, from the president down to the school board. It's a mess. A lot of people are doing a lot of dirty tricks. They're getting away from talking about issues to just throwing dirt about people's personal lives. In order to make this city great, we need to, how can I put it? Probably need to get rid of everybody we got elected and start fresh. You know, start all over again. The mayor race is one of the hottest races in Richmond for this election. It looks like everybody's going away from campaigning about the issues to attacking Joe Morrissey. Ain't that something? And well, I'm voting for Joe Morrissey. So folks will know. Even with all the attacks and the dirty stuff that they are trying to say that he's doing and stuff that's coming up, and then you find out somebody's lying, you know, and the man is a fighter. He's been in the African American community for years. When he was in the House of Delegates, whenever they had an issue that the black elected official was scared to speak up for, he would be the one that did the speaking. He was a Democratic whip, and he's a personal friend, and I support him. So, and I'm not the only one. The poll's been saying that he's been leading the whole time. So most of the folks that I talk to, or everybody I talk to that's been with him in the beginning, with all this dirt that's coming out, still with him. And I'm still with him too. Also, this year I decided to support Mike Wade and his race. I've been knowing Mike for over 20 years. He's been good for Henrico County. And I think he'll be good in Washington, D.C. He's an honest man, and he's got my support. And on the school board, I'm going with Mamie Taylor. She's been there. She's one of the most outspoken school board member that's not afraid to stand up for the students and for the schools. She don't play any games. She's for real, and I like Mamie Taylor. So those are three folks that I'm putting the stamp of approval from the Famous Brown TV show. And that's just my opinion. That's how I feel, and that's the way I'm going to go. That's Joe Morrissey, Mamie Taylor, and Mike Wade. So now you know what's on my mind, and you know who I'm behind. All right, we're going to get to the show. Here's our first video. I'm Famous Brown, being seen all over Central Virginia. Now everybody know that I'm voting for Joe Marcy, Mamie Taylor, and Mike Wade. See you in a few minutes. I'm Famous Brown.
You look like Jackie Wilson.
Right.
And you liked that a lot,
Yeah.
but then we found out that there was more to it. Can you tell us about your history with Jackie Wilson?
Well, I've known for a long time. I came here to Vegas in '99, and so I think that I met you then. But no, it's I knew that my mother and he was friends. We were together, and I was raised in a foster home, so I wasn't raised with my maternal parents.
Right.
And so it's sort of something I knew for a long time, but never really did anything about it. And it wasn't until the family kind of came after me, and then we got together and figured it all out.
So why do you think, having that information all that time, that you didn't want to really pursue finding out more about it?
It wasn't, to be honest, it really wasn't that important to me. And since my mother at the time didn't confirm it,
Right.
it didn't mean nothing to me. It just didn't really mean anything. But like I said, once I started working for Legends in Concert,
Right.
that's when it mushroomed. And the family came out of the woodwork, and then next thing you know, they knew my mother, and
Right.
A plus B was C,
So they came out because they didn't know.
They wanted to know who this
They
guy
didn't really
was.
know
Yeah,
about you.
yeah.
So they came out. Were you doing a tribute to Jackie Wilson
in
in the Legend
Atlantic
show?
City. Yeah, I was in Atlantic City at Ballas Park Place when the Four Tops were actually playing there, and Levi Stubbs and Peyton, Lawrence Peyton, snuck down to see my show because the entertainment director at the time told them, "Oh, we got a Jackie Wilson." They went, "Jackie Wilson."
Yeah.
Now, Levi Stubbs is Jackie's first cousin,
Oh.
and Lawrence Peyton is one of his cousins. So they're all family. So they wanted to see who this guy was, and when I came down, they was astounded, and they said I was more than just an impersonation. They thought
They just knew it.
they said it's too much, and so they had me come up and meet him in the green room.
Okay.
And that was back in '97. And so I walked up to the green room to meet him, and
Wait, first of all, these are a couple of your heroes,
Yeah,
probably, right?
yeah.
Growing up in the music
I
that you
know
love and
I was
performing.
trembling because to meet the Four Tops, I was out of my mind.
Wow.
And so when I walked up there and I met Lawrence Peyton was the first one to greet me. He just kept looking at me and shaking his head and saying, he said, "What you don't know is you act like him." He said, "That you don't know." He said, "You don't know him, do you?" I said, "No, I said, somebody told me I looked like Jackie Wilson when I was in Hawaii, and I put a tribute to him."
Right. You
And then-
said thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I'll do some of these songs.
Yeah, and so and I did, and Paul Revere was the one. Paul Revere, the Raiders.
You know what? I know Paul. I mean, everybody probably knows who Paul Revere and the Raiders
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
But
Paul Revere.
I worked with them up in Reno and Tahoe. So how are they involved in the story?
Paul Revere was the owner of the Legends and Concert show in Hawaii.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when he came to Hawaii, I'm going to back up a little bit more. When he came to Hawaii, I was working for a show called The Love Notes, the very first show. The Love Notes was a doo-wop show in the Waikiki Sheraton. 7 guys, 7 girls, and a little kid named Bruno who was Baby Elvis in the show. He was 6 years old. He had then, by the time I joined the group, he had already co-starred with Nicolas Cage in Honeymoon in Las Vegas.
Ah, okay.
And so little Bruno was basically the star of the show, but his mother and father are the ones that hired me. My very first professional job.
Okay.
And I learned everything about music business. And Paul Revere and John Stewart came in to see Bruno.
Now, John Stewart is who
John
I
Stewart
always
is the-
connect to the Legends.
Yeah, well, they were
in
partners
concert.
in that show.
Okay.
Yeah, so John Stewart they came in to see Bruno, and they did love Bruno, but Paul Revere was blown away by me.
Right.
So he says, "Hey, I work with this guy. You know who Jackie Wilson is?" I said, "I know of him, but I've never seen him. I don't know what he looks
Right.
like." And he pulled me by my ear and showed me his album cover, Billy Ward and the Dominoes,
Right.
and that's the first time I saw anybody
You-
look like me.
You had never seen a picture of Jackie Wilson, so you had the information, but it was a name to you. It
There's a
wasn't
name. Yeah, I knew the songs and his name.
the amazing performer
Yeah.
that we all know as Jackie.
I didn't know anything about him, and in my foster home, my oldest sister used to play all his records, so I knew his music. She played all the records from the
Right.
'60s, so I knew his music.
And you were a fan, but you didn't know that.
Yeah, well, yeah, sort of. I was sort of a
Sort.
fan. I didn't know who he was. I knew
Right.
Higher and Higher. That was it.
Right.
You know, and I need
That's
long
the, one of the, okay, now, so you look at this album and you thought, is this a mirror
I
or
was
is this
blown
an
away.
album?
Yeah, because it looked like my high school picture.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was blown away. And then Paul Revere says, you got to do Jackie for our show. And 6 months later, I auditioned for him, got hired on the spot. And then 4 years later, that's
when you met
the Wilson family started coming out of
people.
woodwork.
Okay.
And the one that was most instrumental was Billy Roquel Davis. He became my mentor. He wrote all the songs for Jackie, even though Barry Gordy gets a lot of the credit. It was really Billy and Barry working together. They wrote all of Jackie Wilson's hits. And he took me to dinner. He came down and took me to dinner and said, hey, let's talk, Because he said, I really want to get to know who you are. He thought I was a nice guy. And he took me to meet Aretha Franklin.
What are these stories you're telling me? I don't know any of this about you.
Yeah, he took me to meet Aretha Franklin on my day off. And he and Aretha dated when they were younger.
Okay.
And they tried to get Aretha on Motown's label, but her father wouldn't let her when she was 16.
Right, because of the church and the
church, and she played piano for the church. So they dated, and he wrote a lot of songs for everybody you can think of. The man was such a humble man, and he wrote songs for everybody you can think of. And he's the one that really put me with the family and called everybody. And then once he told me, he asked me who's your mother, and I told him who my mother was. I only knew my mother from my birth certificate.
Okay.
He knew my mother.
He knew exactly.
He said, oh, she can do it. Well, yeah.
If you need to rent a car today, consider Easy Car Rental, 3101 West Broad. Let Car Rental Superstar CL Bell get you in a small, medium, or large car. Call 804-358-3406. Easy Car Rental. Easy Car Rental. $29.95 a day. No credit card needed, and they'll pick you up virtually anywhere in the Richmond area. Free. Easy Car Rental, 3101 West Broad. 804-358-3406. Talk to CL Bell.
The fashionable man dresses for success at D&W Mobile Clothing Store with Wayne Mason. Call him at 804-337-8869. The latest in men's clothing, he'll come to you. That's D&W Mobile Clothing Store with Wayne Mason. Call him at 804-337-8869. That's 804-337-8869. And dress for success with D&W Mobile Clothing Store.
Sound real good, don't it? This is how we roll at WCLM Radio 1450 AM. I'm Famous Brown. Hope you enjoyed the show so far. I want to give a couple shout outs to some fine friends of mine, fine businesses that have been supporting me since day one. I want to talk about Easy Car Rental, Max Bell on West Broad, 3101. He's been a supporter not only of this TV show. He has supported me at WCLM Radio. He has supported me in the Heart and Soul newspaper. He's been there since the beginning, and I just want to give a shout out and say thank you for so many years of friendship and supporting, whatever I do. He always support me. That's Max Bell at Easy Car Rental, CL Bell, Easy Car Rental on West Broad. If you need to rent a car, go by and see him and let him know that you heard about it right here. You see his commercial every week, but let him know that I told you to come by and see it. I also want to give a shout out to Barkey's Music Store. Barkey's been around forever, and we hope he'll be around forever more. But Barkey's is the ideal place for your spiritual needs, whether it's a choir roll or sheet music, Bibles, hymn books, music, whatever you need for the church world. They even got the little communion sets. You know them sets where you go and drink the little communion? You take communion, they got those. All kinds of stuff. It's worth it to go downtown to 18 East Broad and just look around through the store. And most of the time he's there. And you know him when you see him because he's going to have a great big old smile and he's going to greet you and make you feel like you're at home. You might not even want to leave. You want to stay around there all day. That's Barker's Music Store. He's been around for a long time. I don't even know how long he's been open. He was open when I was a kid, so he's been there in the community and we want to continue to support him. There's not many music stores left. So when you get ready to buy your spiritual items for your church or your music, you want to listen to gospel music, go by and see Mr. Barkey's. And also, he always sell all local music. If you're a local artist and you got a CD you care about, he sell it for you. Enough of that. And also, where I get all my clothes, I don't have it on today because I'm relaxed today, leisure today. But whenever you see me in a suit and dressed up, my clothes come from D&W Fashion. Wayne Mason been taking care of me for a long time. That's why I look good. When you see me out in public, when you see me on my shows, I'm dressed to the T, and my clothes come from D&W Fashion, and that's Wayne Mason. Him and his wife got a store. They're inside the mini market on Hall Street, 1314 Hall, and he also has a mobile service. If you're real busy, he'll come to your job, bring you some samples and bring you a catalog. You pick out what you want, he'll get it to you. That's D&W Fashions. They've been supporting me for years, and we want to say thank you, and we appreciate it. All right, we're going to get back to more of the Famous Brown TV show. We're going into our third year here on the CW Network, and you see us all over Central Virginia. And I just want to give a shout out to everybody that stay up at night or get up early in the Monday mornings to watch the show. Without you, this show would not be possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's get back to the show. I'm on the air live. Let me get back to my radio show. If you like Southern Soul, you like oldies but goodies, you like R&B, listen. There it is. I call you on the television set. We'll be right back. I'm P.T. Brown, getting down.
Let's get this band a big round of applause. Let's do some things. Papa got a brand new bag. Let's hit it. Come in, sister. Love swing. Ain't you here? But they do breathe. Ain't no drive. These Papa's got a brand new bag. Now you did this crazy scene. Not the fine thing, but the fine thing. Ain't no time. Papa's got a brand new bag. We're gonna fly with your brown teeth, but we know he ain't sad. Let's do the monkey, that mashed potato, the jaw back jack. See you later, alligator. Come in, sister. These Papa's enough. Ain't that here now, baby? Look, I can be that brand new thing. Ain't no time. Papa got a brand new bag. Said, hey, when I said it's alright, let me out of sight. Now come on, let's see what you know. I'm about ready to get up and do my thing. And I want to get into it, you know, like a sex machine. Moving, doing it, you know. Get it counted out. Get it counted out. Get it counted out. 1, 2, 3, go. Get up, on the scene.
I'm Famous Brown, still getting down on WCLM Radio. Right now I'm live on WCLM Radio and we're taping for the Famous Brown TV show. We want to thank you for watching tonight. And before I lead the show tonight. Election will be here before my next show. But I wanted to say, you know, a lot of folks been paid off. A lot of black folks been paid off in this election. And this is not a political ad or anything like that. It's just me being me. A lot of folks been paid off, and I haven't received any money. Nobody's paying me to say anything for them. I'm saying strictly from my heart who I'm going to support in the next election. And this is nothing political. It's just me, my opinion, how I feel, and who I'm going to support. I'm supporting Joe Marshall for mayor. School board, I'm supporting Mamie Taylor. And for the 4th seat, I'm supporting Mike Wade. And this is me. This is not a political ad. Nobody gave me a dime to say anything for them. But I looked at the candidates, and this is who I have my confidence in. All right, until my next show, I'm Preston Brown. They call me Famous Brown on TV. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time, because time is precious. It's a resource. You can't beg it, borrow, steal it, or loan it. The only thing you can do with time is spend it. And your past is like a canceled check. It's already written. All you have at this moment, you take it moment by moment, put God in your life, and everything's going to work up all right. Till next time, the Famous Brown TV show. I'm going back on radio right now. Peace.
Hello, may I speak to Mr. G? This is Ms. Vaughn from the Division of Child Support. We're calling to inform you that your son is 18 years old today, and this will be your last paycheck that we'll be taking child support from. Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, my Lordy, what a beautiful day.
I just can't believe the news I got. I hope it's true.
I just got a phone call and it made my day.
Oh yeah, I'll soon find out whether it's true or not. I gotta check this.
For 18 years I've been paying this woman, yeah.
And I never missed a day.
I got a call from child support, said the end is coming, yeah.
I can't believe it's been 18 years.
This is the last paycheck she's gonna get from me. From now on, this is how it's gonna be. Don't you call my house, don't you ring my cell phone.
You have no reason to call me whatsoever.
I've done right by you for 18 years, now go to hell on.
Oh yeah, I just can't believe it's true.
This thing started long time ago.
I remember it just like it was yesterday.
Me and you and some of your girls went to a Big G show.
Yeah, see, you didn't know I liked Big G. I was at that show too.
But you didn't know that I was at that show too, yeah.
Standing on the 5th row watching everything you did.
That is when I saw my best friend all over you.
You know, I always had a feeling something was going on between you two.
I came home that night, packed my bags, paid support for 18 years, now you can kiss my ass. This is the last paycheck.
For the last 30 minutes, you've been entertained by the Famous Brown TV show. Join us next weekend at these same times for the Famous Brown TV show with your host, P.T. Brown.